Lamb and Clara had been together for 12 years, a marriage that once resembled a fairy tale but had since slipped into the dull rhythm of routine. They first met in their late 20s, bonded by shared dreams and a fondness for indie films. In hiking, Lamb, a quiet yet thoughtful architect, found comfort in order, while Clara, a freelance designer, thrived on spontaneity. Their contrast once balanced them, but lately they felt like cracks in a fragile wall. Her daughter Sophie was 9, curious and bright, carrying Lamb's calm spirit and Clara's artistic spark. Life in their suburban home was steady, though Clara often found herself staring from the kitchen window, wondering when the ordinary had swallowed her whole. Lamb's promotions demanded longer hours, while Clara's projects dwindled into scattered gigs. Their talks were reduced to school events and grocery lists. The laughter they once shared lingered only in photo albums. One evening, over reheated pasta, Clara slammed her fork down. "Do you even notice me anymore?" she asked, her voice shaking. Lamb looked up, startled. "What's wrong?" "Everything," she snapped, gesturing to the messy living room. "When did we stop living and just start existing?" Lamb sighed, pushing up his glasses. "Clara, I'm trying. Work's always been," she cut in, tears forming. Meanwhile, Jenna's husband took her to Paris. "Paris, Lamb? We haven't even left the state." He ran a hand through his thinning hair. "We'll plan something, I promise." But Clara knew promises were only words meant to fill silence. 2 weeks later, an invitation arrived, a glossy card for a rooftop party hosted by Oliver, Lamb's old college roommate. Oliver, the perpetual bachelor, had sold his tech startup and was celebrating with a grand foray. Lamb hesitated. He hated crowds. But Clara's eyes gleamed. "We're going," she declared. For the first time in months, Lamb glimpsed the woman he once fell for. On the night of the party, Clara slipped into a crimson dress she hadn't worn since their anniversary 5 years earlier. Lamb struggled with his tie, admiring her. "You look beautiful," he whispered. She smiled, though it didn't reach her eyes. Oliver's penthouse glittered with strangers and champagne towers. Clara clung to Lamb at first, but later drifted to the balcony, drawn by the city skyline. Oliver joined her, grinning. Clara still stunning as ever. She laughed, though faintly. "You've done well for yourself." "Luck and timing," he shrugged, leaning casually. Unlike Lamb, always the steady one. The remark stung. "Steady isn't always enough." Oliver raised an brow. "Sounds like someone's bored." The music swelled as he offered his and "Dance with me." Clara hesitated, then accepted. Meanwhile, Lamb nursed a beer alone, watching Clara twirl under the lights with Oliver, her laughter echoing. He felt like a ghost in his own life. By midnight, overwhelmed by noise, he texted Clara. Heading out. Meet you. The car. No reply. Upstairs, Oliver's bedroom hummed faintly from the distant. Clara sat on the edge of the bed, heels off. "This was fun," she said, her voice unsteady. Oliver sat beside her. "You don't have to return to the same routine." His hand brushed hers. She didn't move away. "What if I want more?" she whispered. He kissed her, a slow, rebellious kiss. Clara's guilt flickered, but dissolved in the rush of feeling wanted. When Lamb found her later, she was fixing her earring in the mirror, cheeks flushed. "Ready?" he asked. Nodded, avoiding his eyes. The drive home was silent. Lamb longed to ask, "Who were you with?" Instead he said, Sophie's recital is tomorrow. Clara stared out the window. I know. In the weeks after, silence replaced laughter. Lamb drowned in work, sketching late at night while Clara stayed out longer, claiming client meetings. Sophie noticed chill. Her cheerful questions about family nights met clipped answers. One afternoon, while folding laundry, Lamb found a receipt in Clara's coat. A $300 hotel charge, dated the night of Oliver's party. His hands trembled as he confronted her. What is this? He demanded. Clara paled but held his. A mistake. It's not mine. Don't lie to me, he snapped, voice breaking. She turned away, her silence louder than words. Soon Oliver's texts filled her phone, playful emojis, thinking of you. Look, she told herself it was only a fling, an escape from suffocation. When Oliver invited her to a gallery, she agreed. Later, in a wine bar, he traced circles on her wrist. You deserve more than leftovers, Clara. What if more isn't real? She asked. Then we'll make it real, he said, kissing her. This time there was no guilt, only the thrill of rewriting her story. At home, Lamb tracked gaps in her calendar. Finally, he hired a private investigator. A week later, the photos arrived. Clara laughing with Oliver on a park bench, her hand in his pocket. Lamb stared until the images blurred. At night, he left the envelope on the kitchen counter. Clara froze at the Is this why you've been so distant? She asked coldly. Lamb let out a bitter laugh. You erased us. Sophie's door creaked. Clara whispered, I needed to feel alive. You stopped choosing me. And you stopped being honest, he replied. The divorce came quickly. Clara moved into Oliver's sleek loft, promising Sophie weekends that dwindled to rushed outings. Her drawings stacked on Lamb's fridge. 3 stick figures, one always scribbled out. Oliver's spark faded. He missed dinners, rolled his eyes at Sophie's name. Kids ruin the vibe, he sneered. One rainy night, Clara appeared at Lamb's door soaked. Can I come in? He blocked her. Why? I miss you. His jaw clenched. You don't get to miss us after you left. Months later, Clara sat alone in her half-empty loft, scrolling through old photos. Oliver had ghosted her after calling her clingy. She dialed Lamb, heart pounding. Sophie's recital is next week. Maybe we could go together. Silence. Then Lamb's steady voice. She's moved on. You should too. Line clicked final. At Sophie's recital, Clara lingered at the back, watching her daughter beam at Lamb on stage. When their eyes met, Sophie's smile faltered. Clara slipped out before applause ended. Lamb rebuilt slowly. Weekends became sketching lessons, Sophie's laughter filling the void. One evening, painting her walls orange, she asked, Does Mom hate us? He knelt, wiping her cheek. No, kiddo. She just forgot how to love us. Clara drifted through dating apps and hollow flings, chasing highs that never lasted. On a frosty December morning, she stood outside Lamb's home, watching smoke curl from the chimney. Sophie waved from the window before vanishing. Clara turned away, the weight of her choices falling like snow, cold, unyielding, hers alone to carry. In the end, what if became her echo while Lamb discovered how to make music from silence.